George Packard with Family Lawn and Landscape, and today we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of tricks that I use when, what do you do when your stick equipment starts acting up? So, first and foremost, happens to everybody, and it's usually in the field when it happens. And that's because that's when you're using it, and that's when you need it, and that's when it takes a shit. Just common sense stuff, right? Okay, so first thing, they won't start. We could be talking about trimmers, we could be talking about backpack blowers, we could be talking about edgers, hedgers, you name it. First thing, they don't start. Believe it or not, I feel completely stupid about this, but I can't tell you how many times I've grabbed a trimmer, pull on the thing, and I'm like, what in the hell, you know, and you try to choke it, and you do this and that, doesn't start, and I look down and I see that the switch is in the off position. How many times has that ever happened to you guys? It's like, are you freaking kidding me, you idiot? So, that's me all day long. So, always check for the switches in the on position. That's the first thing. Second thing, check the fuel on it. Make sure you have fuel, obviously. Another thing that can go wrong, like if you notice, like your primer bulbs, if those things, if you, instead of priming it, it should get hard, or you should see the gas, you know, sucking up in through the carb and whatnot and filling up your little bulb. And if that isn't happening, that thing's got a hole in it and it's leaking air, and that's going to be bad for you. Your carb's going to run like shit, and so you want to replace that. They're cheap. I always keep extra bulbs in my truck all the time. You know, not in the truck, actually in the shop. I should keep them in the truck, but I keep them in the shop. So if they get bad, the guys let us know and they get swapped out. So anyway, and at the end of every year we go through them and just replace them because we're trying to ward off the headaches. You get in that hot Florida sun, that wreaks havoc on equipment, boy. Between that and all the rain, you know. So anyway, the other thing, I've had plug wires come off, and they get bumped, they get knocked around, especially if they're thrown around in the back of a truck or whatever. I've had the plug wires come off, so it's another thing to check. Fouled plugs are another thing. A lot of people make the mistake when they go to start something and they throw that choke on. You should only have to pull that 2 or 3 times, and that thing should fire. But if you're pulling and you have it in the choke position, you flood that thing out and you foul that plug is generally shit. So you might get it to run, but odds are once you foul the plug, they're generally crap. So we carry extra plugs for all of our equipment right in our trucks with us, so the guys can change them out if they need to. One of the things I will tell you is to check fire on those things too a lot, and by doing that, you just pull off, take your plug out of the hole, pop it out, snap it into your cap, okay, so it goes over the top of it, and then just set it down and hold it with a pair of pliers or something right on top, right where your plug goes in, so that the metal on your plug is touching the metal housing on your motor, and then just pull it like this and look for the fire. If you got good fire, good arc electricity cutting across there, you're in good shape. You got fire, you got other problems, okay? All right, good talk.